It is so hot. It is hotter than the devil's balls right now. Oh my gosh. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing some of my recent reads. Now, if you're new to my channel, usually I would do this after like 4 books. I'll do 4, I read 4, and then I talk about them. But however, this time they're all specific to NetGalley, and I wanted to get this video out for you guys before they are published. So I figured I would go ahead and film it for you guys and put it up so it gives you a little bit of time in case you do want to read them. Let's just get into the 3 books. Okay, so for those of you guys who aren't quite sure what NetGalley is, it is a website where you can go sign up for and then you can request ARCs of books. They have so many different kind of genres on the website, from A to Z, really. I don't even know what starts with A that would be on there. Art, maybe? I don't know. But I normally get women's fiction, romance, thrillers, and YA. Those are like usually the ones that I like to request. But I will leave a link down below in case you want to go look it up yourself. Not sponsored, I just really am addicted to NetGalley. So the 3 books that are in this video are all romance / women's fiction. They are more on like the like low level of romance. There's no smut in any of these books, so if you're scared of that, the steam level is like a 1 if any. The romance is there, but it's not like it's like the main point of the story either. But I did want to like let you know that's kind of where the genre hits. There will be timestamps down below in case you just want to get to that certain book that I'm going to talk about. But without any more rambling on, let's just get into the first book. So the first book that I read was called For the Love of Friends, and it is by Sarah Goodman Confino, and it is going to be published on August 1st. I gave this 5 stars. A little spoiler, I gave them all 5 stars because they're fluff. They're all fluff, and for the most part, and I don't feel like putting anything below 5 star on a fluff, so they're all 5 stars. But this one is about a woman named Lily who is 32. She is single to her mother's dismay, and she finds herself being in 5 weddings in 2 months in the span of between May and June. Because she just couldn't say no to all of her friends asking to be bridesmaids and things like that. So that's just kind of where the story goes. She soon realizes that weddings are expensive to be in, and while she is successful at her job, she doesn't make a whole lot of money. So she starts a side hustle where she anonymously starts a blog about the antics of the brides and the bridesmaids. And this book made me not want to be in any weddings at all. If that is what brides and bridesmaids act like, peace, no thanks. I don't need it. I wanted to throw this book. It was an ebook, so I can't throw it. But I wanted to throw it. Like, the women in this book were just, I have never been in a wedding like the way they acted, but if you have, let me know, because Bridezilla is real.
I have asked one thing from you. I asked for you to give me the day of my dreams, and all I asked for was 1 helicopter flight.
Okay, bridesmaid-zillas are real. Brides, mother-zillas are real in this book. There is also a romance in this book, and it's not like the main purpose of the book, but it's like a side thing, and it's cute, and he's a groomsman in one of her best friend's weddings where she's a bridesmaid, and it's just cute. His name is Alex, and he's just a sweet, sweet man. And all of these men are so sweet. They're just cinnamon buns. They're just so mwah. But yes. So if you're in the mood for a little bit of wedding, catastrophes going on, definitely look into this book. The next book that I read was called 8 Perfect Hours by Leah Louise, and it will be published on September 28th of this year. I also gave this 5 stars. This book was so good. It was so good, okay? It starts off where she's coming back from a high school reunion, and she lives over in England, so that's important to know. because in England, they call their high school college. So for a while, I was a little confused at the timeline of what she was talking about, but then I realized they call college high school, college, and they call college university.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
But yeah, I figured it out. So she's coming back from her high school reunion and she gets stuck in this snowstorm for a good 8 hours. And her cell phone charger doesn't work in her car, so she's just she's had a day. She's had a day already. And this guy comes, knocks on her door, and his name is Sam, and he's an American, and he's on his way to the airport, but he is stuck and his car is beside her. And he goes, well, if you need to use my charger, you can, I'll take your phone. And, she's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. But then she's like, it's not fine. And I need to get a hold of my mom because her mom has medical issues. And so she goes over to the car and they just spend the night talking and they have chemistry as soon as they start talking. And then, of course, they go their separate ways. But fate would have it that they keep meeting. They keep meeting over a span of so many months in the randomest places. It was just so cute. I loved this book. And it also, the representation in this book for mental illness was incredible. You have people dealing with grief. You have people dealing with anxiety. You have people dealing with agoraphobia, with panic attacks. I loved this book. Another one is postpartum depression. Just everything was in this book. And it was done so well. It was just done so well, okay? Incredible book. Plus, she wants to be a florist. So, right now she's a cleaner and she wants to be a florist. So there's a bunch of, cute little things about flowers in the book. It was so good. If any of the books you're going to read that one. I lied. You should read them all. But that one was just so cute. The last book that I read is the first book in a new series called Meant to Be, and they are a retake or a retelling on Disney princesses based in now, if that makes sense. They live in the USA, or this world at least. They're not in Fantasyland, it's here. And the first book is called If the Shoe Fits, and it is by Julie Murphy, and it comes out August 3rd, and I gave this 5 stars, okay? So we follow Cindy. Cindy is a plus-size woman who, as you can tell, is a retelling of Cinderella. She is fascinated with shoes. She loves them. She absolutely is addicted to shoes.
Shoes. Shoes. Shoes. Oh my God, shoes.
She ends up going to design school, and then she graduates and comes home to Los Angeles, all at the beginning of the book. And on her way home to Los Angeles, she meets this guy who she calls Prince Charming on the plane. She accidentally sits on his lap in the airport, and then on the plane ride, they sit together and they talk, and then they kind of just get off the plane and go their separate ways. And she is going to stay with her stepmother and her 2 stepsisters, who actually are not bad. They are so nice in this book, which was such a refreshing take on the story. I was expecting them to be really mean, but they weren't. They were so nice and so supportive of her. And then she also has 3 little triplet siblings, and they are the names of the mice from Cinderella. So we have Gus, Jack, and Mary. I know Gus and Jack are names. I don't know if Mary was one of the mice, but I'm pretty sure she was. And her stepmother is the producer and creator of this show called Before Midnight, which is basically The Bachelor and Bachelorette in this book. And 2 of the girls drop out, so their stepmother's like, well, why don't we put my 2 daughters in? They're like, yes, da da da. And then we have someone named Beck in the book who is kind of like the godmother for Cindy, and she's like, why don't you be in it as well? And Cindy's like, well, I can't. And she's like, come on, it's fine, you can do it. I'll weasel your way in. She's like, okay. So she goes and goes through all the things, and she finds out that reality TV is nothing but fake, which we all knew. But the first night when she goes and meets the suitor for the show, turns out to be, his name is Henry, and he is Prince Charming from the airplane. And it just goes off from there. I loved this book. I cannot wait for the others in the series, and I don't know which princesses are going to be retold. I hope it's all of them. I enjoyed this book so much. All of these books are fast, like paced, but I'm pretty sure I read this one the fastest. I loved this book. 5 stars all around. But yeah, those are the 3 books that I read from NetGalley recently. You can pick any of them and they would all be like amazing to read. Unfortunately, you have to wait until they come out, which will be starting in August. So you can save up your money if you want to get them. But I hope you do, because they were such good reads. But if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know down below which book you're excited to read, or if you're going to read any of them. I would love to talk to you guys in the comments. If you're new and want to see more of my videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. All my social medias are linked down below. If you want to follow me over there, I would appreciate it. But I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys. Like, I haven't done a video before, ever. Ugh. They have every... Of course I would burp. Of course I would burp. But I will leave a link down below to NetGalley if you guys would like to go look at that. Look, oh my god, really? It's the heat. It's the heat. It's the heat. It's what I'm blaming it on. But I will leave a link down below if you want to go look at. Oh my god, really? Again, it's not good. But until guys, oh my god, this heat. But until the next video, I'll see you later. No, that's not what I do. That's not how I end my videos.